I've seen enough in the 11 years that I've been associated with this program to know that Australia does not want to live with this. It would just change everything for us, our lifestyle, our animals, the ecology generally, and it will cost a lot of money.
We knew with fire ants that they'd cause a very large effect if we let them get away and we didn't do something about them. And from the States, we know that there's been upwards of 100 people reported to have died from fire ants.
If we slack off, if we take the foot off the pedal, as they say, the ant will spread.
To give the program the best chance of achieving eradication, and given the large consequences if we fail, ultimately we've come down to remote sensing, which will let us do broad acre surveillance while still being effective.
In this pod here are 6 cameras, 2 thermal cameras, a near-infrared and a red, green and blue camera. It's looking at that ground, it's taking its photographs at the same time, and essentially they're talking to each other. The program has been running for 11 years. So far Australia's made a fairly large commitment to this. We feel that for the first time in the program we've actually got the tools to be able to get ahead of the ant and the tools to be able to kill it. I definitely am passionate. I would like us to keep going and going until we get rid of it.
Fire ants is one of the special invasive species because it affects not just environment, not just people, not just the economy. It affects all three, so it really did have the potential to cause all sorts of problems for us.
So by using this thermal, red, green, blue and near-infrared, we're able to pinpoint exactly where mounds are.
Okay, what we're going to do now is do a direct nest injection. What that involves is that we'll spear the nest around the outside to close off any foraging tunnel so the worker can't grab the queen and let her escape. Once we've injected around the nest, then we'll inject into the middle of the nest. We will then flood all the chambers. As we inject, we bring the spears to the surface to ensure that we've flooded the nest.
With this technology, we can do probably in a couple of hours what it would have taken us, a team, 2 or 3 days to achieve.
Once we've done that, we collect those samples and they will be used to go back to the lab to do genetic testing on.
We've had some really good successes to date, and we know from our genetic work that we've had 3 incursions and we've eradicated 2 of them. We've used the knowledge that we've gained over 10 years to develop a targeted treatment program which will look at specifically where the fire ants are landing.
The other tool that we use very much and rely on is public awareness. While we are on the path to eradication, I feel, and we may be able to eradicate them in the coming years, you still have to be vigilant, you have to be very careful, and we need their support.
To avoid all the potential impacts, the investment has been well and truly worthwhile.
So we think that with this, we have a way of getting ahead of the ant, and that's the tool. And I think that's how we'll win.